How to overcome a weight loss plateau. Weight loss plateaus are pretty common when you're trying to lose weight, and they occur when your body gets used to the changes that you have been implementing, and so they no longer have an effect. Being faced with a weight loss plateau can be pretty discouraging. You may feel like all your efforts are for nothing and are not working. So here's how you can overcome it. First of all, what is a weight loss plateau? So when you start losing weight, and if you do so in a way that is pretty drastic, which I don't recommend, but if you start really decreasing your calories and increasing your activity levels, then you're going to see that the weight is going to come off pretty quickly. So basically your metabolism is going to be still pretty high at first, but then as you start losing weight, your body is going to require less energy because you're going to be having less cells, less fat, less tissue to take care of. So your metabolism is going to decrease, which is a normal thing, and then you're going to see that you're going to start losing weight less quickly because your body has adapted to your new weight and your new way of eating and is going to become more efficient at using energy. So the natural response to that is to be like, oh, I need to decrease my calorie intake even more so that I can continue to lose weight. So you're going to decrease your calorie intake, but then you're going to lose weight for a while, and then your body is going to catch up. Your metabolism is going to slow down again. And again, your body's going to be more efficient at all these things. It's going to adapt. And so you're again going to hit this kind of plateau. And then after a while, you get to a point where it's really a plateau because you can't go down in calories. You can increase your exercise, and here you are stuck at this weight, and you feel like you can't overcome it. So weight loss plateaus are normal, and here is how to get out of them. The first thing you need to do to get over a weight loss plateau is to make sure that you're actually fueling yourself correctly. The reason why you may be in this weight loss plateau in the first place is likely because you resorted to drastic weight loss measures. You probably had a very significant decrease in your calorie consumption, maybe a very significant increase in your physical activity levels, and you were able to keep that up for a while, but now you can't anymore, and now your body is likely getting by with very few calories. So first things first, make sure that you are fueling your body correctly, because only if you fuel your body correctly can it actually start being like, okay, we're getting enough calories, we're getting enough food, and we're getting whole healthy food items. I can be chill and let go of the fat storages, let go of all of that. I don't need to hang on tight to everything. So make sure that you are eating mostly whole foods, focusing on getting plenty of fruit and veggies, plenty of whole grains, plenty of lean protein and beans and legumes and nuts and seeds, all of these things. And you want to make sure that you're not under eating in terms of calories, because what can also happen if you severely undereat is that even if your meals are technically little, like not a big amount of calories, and you're like, well, I'm in a calorie deficit, but then if you're doing that for a long period of time, then chances are you're gonna need to compensate because your body's gonna be lacking enjoyment, satisfaction, and just energy, and so this is going to cause binges. And you can also have like cheat days, things like that, which are going to be a huge amount of calories in one sitting, and these calories, you don't really account for them as much, but having like one cheat meal, like one cheat day, or like a really big binge can actually make you go way over the limit for you to still be in a calorie deficit and for you to still be losing weight, and you're not even realizing that. So it's much better to make sure that you're eating a sufficient amount of calories in the first place, mostly getting them from whole healthy foods, and you'll be way less likely to binge. Now, I know that I said mostly healthy foods, but also very important that you treat yourself, that you have things that you are craving, cookies, pizza, these things once in a while, 20% of the time, let's say, so that, again, you don't get frustrated and you don't end up binging. All of this is about balance, moderation, and I have a video on that if you want to learn how to do that. You can check it out here or in the description. Another thing to do to help you break a weight loss plateau is to turn to more mindful and intuitive eating. As you probably know if you've been following me for a while, intuitive eating is a practice that involves listening to your body's internal cues instead of focusing on like outside rules and regulations, and being kind to your body, like rejecting diet culture, all of these things. So of course it doesn't fit in perfectly with the weight loss approach. However, if you've hit a plateau, you need to start doing things differently in order to see different results. And what intuitive eating can help you do in mindful eating is to be like more in tune with your body signals, more in tune with your hunger and your fullness, with what you actually want. And that way you can lose weight in a way that is more natural without relying on drastic calorie like decreasing, because chances are if you've hit a weight loss plateau, you're probably under eating and you probably don't even know what you like, what you don't like. You probably don't even remember what it feels like to eat when you're hungry or stop when you're full. And this can help you break through the plateau in a way that is longer but also more sustainable and much less drastic and beneficial, more like beneficial for you. If you don't know where to start with intuitive eating, I have a playlist for mindful and intuitive eating right here or in the description. Another thing that can be helpful to break your weight loss plateau is to increase your physical activity. There are multiple great benefits to exercise that are all going to help you break through this weight loss plateau. First, most obvious, it will increase your energy burning and therefore make you more likely to be back in a calorie deficit and then to lose weight. Also, it can help you build more muscle, which will burn more energy when you're at your resting state than fat, even if it weighs a little more, which is again why weight isn't the most important factor that you need to worry about. And it can also help decrease your stress levels and sleep better and all of these things, which can all affect your weight, because the hormones involved in stress and in weight can all be linked and can all have an impact on each other, but more on stress later. So if you haven't been really incorporating physical activity into your weight loss routine, this doesn't mean that you have to automatically like go to the gym every day or have this really intense physical activity. No, but it does mean that you should be finding ways to add movement to your daily life as much as possible. So taking the stairs instead of the elevator whenever you can, walking an extra block, maybe parking your car a little bit more far away to the place that you're at so that you can walk. Or if you live in a city, like getting off the subway station or like the bus station that is like one before the one you actually need to go off, so that you can walk a little bit longer. You know, do these things like that. You can do some like gentle yoga. You can do some like home exercises. You can like ride your bike or like walk your dog. All of these things that can help you get in some type of physical activity. And if you have been practicing a workout routine, then it may be time to switch it up a little bit, because if you've been doing the same one for a while, then your body can get used to it. You may burn like less energy doing that. Your muscles may get less of a workout, and so they're going to grow less. And like I've said before, the more your muscles grow, the more you're going to burn energy at your resting state. So your metabolism is going to be higher. So make sure that you switch it up a little bit so that your body gets some new exercise. Reverse dieting is also a tool for breaking through a weight loss plateau. If you feel like none of these tips are working, it could be because you've been in a calorie deficit for so long, you've been like at your weight loss plateau for so long that unless you start eating like under 300 calories, you're not going to break your weight loss plateau. The only other option would be to reverse diet. Do the opposite. Let me explain. So I've touched on this a little bit before in the video, but basically when you start losing weight, when you get into a calorie deficit, then you're going to be burning more energy than the energy that you consume. So that means that your body is going to have to go into its fat storages, into its glycogen storages, and this is going to cause weight loss. And then with weight loss, your metabolism is going to decrease because your body is going to need less energy to maintain your entire body alive, because there's going to be less of you to maintain alive. So you're going to be requiring less energy to function, and you're also going to be burning less energy in your resting state. So as you keep on doing this, your metabolism is going to keep decreasing, and so it's going to become very difficult to lose more weight, because at one point you're going to get to like the minimum calories that you can eat, and you're gonna have to like do something else. So the idea behind reverse dieting is that you are going to start eating a little bit more so that you can start boosting your metabolism a little bit, and you can get your hunger hormones back to a more normal state, like your leptin, which is your satiety hormone, which tells you that you're full, and your ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, which tells you that you're hungry. Another way that reverse dieting could work is by increasing your NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So basically all the little things that you do that are going to burn calories but that don't aren't counting as like exercise. So things like fidgeting, if you have like a pen, if you're like doing like this with your pen, if you're like touching this, if you're like shaking your leg, tapping your knee, whatever, all of these little things, they burn energy. And naturally, when your metabolism is low, your body doesn't want to waste energy doing this useless things like twirling your pen. So you're not going to be doing that. And so when you reverse diet, when you increase your calories, your body's going to have more calories that are going to be expandable. And so you can increase your NEAT that way. So this was a short summary on reverse dieting, but if you're interested, I have an entire video on reverse dieting right here or in the description. And finally, you need to be taking care of yourself. And this is not a thing that you should be overlooking, because stress hormone cortisol has been linked to increased hunger levels and decreased satiety levels. So you want to make sure that you're doing whatever you can to stay stress-free as much as possible. Make sure that you sleep well. You can do things like meditation and yoga, do things that make you feel good as well. It's also important that you do these things, because the more stress you feel, and if you're not feeling satisfied with the activities that you're doing and you're not feeling fulfilled, then you're more likely to turn to food for comfort, and then that's not going to help with your weight loss plateau either. So make sure that you practice self-care, that you do things that you really like reading a book, taking a warm bath, watching your favorite TV show, calling your friend, walking your dog, listening to music, listening to a podcast, knitting, whatever it is. Just make sure that you have a few activities that help you take care of yourself and just lower your stress levels, and make sure that that is also a priority. In short, weight loss plateaus are normal, but also if you want to avoid them entirely, you should not be losing weight in a way that is too drastic. You should be focusing on eating healthy, using mindful and intuitive eating, having good levels of physical activity, and taking care of yourself and of your body, and the weight loss will follow. That's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and see you on my next one. Bye.